So we're going to have a look at how we can use our calculator to check our solutions for a trig equation. Now obviously you need to do all the working out, but this is a really valuable way at the end of just checking that what you've done is correct. So we're going to use SolveN like we have previously. So option, calc, SolveN. Now, before we start putting things in, just need to be sure that we're in the right angle mode. So looking at this first question, it's in degrees and we're currently in rads. So shift, setup, and then we want it in degrees. Perfect, now we're ready to go. Now what's really important with trig equations is that you actually put in the original equation. You don't go from when you've fiddled around with it a bit, because then you're just going to compound an error. You'll just be checking that what you've done incorrectly is still incorrect. So we're going to go with the original 5 sine x, and then equals is shift dot, and then 4 tan x. Now we can actually put it in the interval in which we want the answers. So to do that, we just use lots of commas. So comma, and then we put in x to tell it what the variable is that we're working with, comma, and then the lowest value 0, comma, and then the upper value 360. Then we close our bracket and press execute. Now it throws its hissy fit about how more solutions may exist. Press exit, and it gives us our list of solutions. Now the list actually isn't very helpful to look at because you have to go up and then scroll across. But if you press execute, it gives it to you as a nice little table. So there are our answers that we can check. Now notice that it includes 360 because it's an inclusive set of variables, the 0 to 360. I'm not sure if there's a way to put it in that isn't, but it's very easy to fix in that we can see on our equation that it should be less than 360 but not equal to. So we know that we shouldn't have the 361. Let's just do one more, because there is one specific thing about trig that you have to be really careful with how you put it in. So we're going to have a look at this next one and notice, first of all, this is in rads. So let's go back, shift, setup, down to degrees, and change it to rads. And now we're ready to check it. Now remember that sine squared x, as it's written down, is actually a weird little bit of notation, because it isn't sine squared x, it's sine x in a bracket squared. Now the reason we don't do that is because, as we know, mathematicians are inherently lazy. So we don't want to have to write sine x in a bracket and square it, but we can't put it into the calculator like that. So we do the 4, then we open a bracket, put in sine x, close the bracket, and then square it. And then add 9 cos x minus 6 equals 0, and then all the commas, comma, x, comma, minus pi, comma, pi. Close the bracket. Blah, blah, blah. That's it. And then go up, press execute, and there are our solutions.